Now your local News 8 First Alert forecast.
We're getting just a couple of days away from Christmas, but I want to show you how weird this month has been. I mean, I'm laying out the temperatures for you. This is the calendar of December, and these are the high temperatures we've hit in Idaho Falls. Everything in red, that's a record-breaking temperature day. And everything in gold here, that's above average. Look at how many of those days we had above average temperatures for the month of December. It's been a very strange start to winter. I know officially now we're getting into winter, now that we're into the 22nd, but look at that. I mean, we've had days into the 40s, 50s, and we haven't had a lot of moisture out there. We've been picking up on some rain, but of course, you know this, we've been really lacking in our snowfall, and it's going to be a soggy Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But this is going to change a little bit as we get into next week. Got a deep area of low pressure that's digging in along the west coast. This is a deep trough of low pressure. Right now we got the cloud deck out ahead of this core of low pressure, but we're going to start working on this moisture by tomorrow, with rain on the way for tomorrow and continuing to see some spotty snow and rain for Thursday. Then it gets a little colder for Friday. You see the core of low pressure, it's going to take its time getting in here for the next couple of days. But we get the southwesterly push of air for tomorrow, taking our temperatures well into the 50s for highs across the Snake River Plain. Then we get that core of low pressure moving a little bit closer in, and then we start tapping into slightly cooler air, but still for Christmas Day, we got that southwesterly push of air, and our highs are going to be in the 40s and 50s for the holiday. Then we get into Friday. The core of low pressure inches a little bit closer. This is going to usher in some chillier temperatures. There's the potential to get some snow in here on Friday. Just don't count on a lot of snow in the Snake River Plain. We'll get some decent snowfall in the local mountains. And then it's going to be colder this weekend as that low sags further south towards Vegas and Los Angeles, moving that trough of low pressure further to the south. Mostly cloudy conditions coming through here for tonight. And as we get through your Wednesday, we're going to start building in the showers tomorrow afternoon and evening. Rain starts coming in, especially after lunch tomorrow, with some very high elevation snow here on the future track. Around dinner time tomorrow, we got quite a bit of rain moving across eastern Idaho, but even into the higher elevations like Island Park and Jackson, I'm leaning more towards rain tomorrow evening. This is going to continue a bit into Thursday. Now for Thursday morning, Christmas Day, in the morning and midday, I don't see a lot of moisture. So if you're driving to grandma's house or going somewhere for holiday festivities on Thursday, you're not seeing much of the wet weather. But then Thursday night into Friday, this is when it gets a bit colder, and we do have a possible snowstorm getting into Idaho Falls, Blackfoot, and Pocatello. But at this point, we're looking about an inch or less in accumulation. Then more spotty snow showers coming in here for Friday night into early Saturday. So again, we're increasing the clouds throughout the day, and the rain's coming in later into the midday and afternoon hours for your Christmas Eve, as the winds will also pick up. Winter weather advisories for the high country, no surprise here. Maybe some difficult driving through Island Park as we go into a bit of Christmas, but we're dealing again with mainly rain showers here. 55 for McCammon and Malad tomorrow, 52 in Soda Springs, with a high into the mid-50s tomorrow for St. Anthony and Rexburg. I'm going to go with the 47 in Jackson and 45 for the high in Island Park. Jackson's 8-day, even Jackson in town. We're going to see rain mixed in with the snow, and it's going to be warm enough that we might even hear a couple rumbles of thunder for Christmas Day. Highs will be in the lower 40s for Friday, then we're down to the 30s on Saturday. So the temperatures are expected to drop quite a bit as we head into this weekend, around freezing for highs. 46 for Salmon, 47 for Challis, and 40 for Mackay, 44 in Arco. 8-day forecast in Salmon, upper 40s for Thursday. Scattered rain and snow possible here for Thursday and Friday, but temperatures down to the 30s for highs this weekend. Idaho Falls, a high of 55, 56 for Blackfoot, 57 in Pocatello. 8-day forecast Pocatello, mid to upper 50s for tomorrow and Thursday. Then we're in the upper 40s for Friday. We drop it down to the upper 30s, lower 40s this weekend. So the colder air getting down in here from the north will take us back down to the 30s and 40s. But even with the temperature drop coming through for this weekend, as you take a look at that Idaho Falls 8-day forecast, these temperatures are still well above average for December standards. A normal high would be in the upper 20s. So you can see here, even with the colder air getting back down in here, we're still looking at a lot of upper 30s and 40s to take us into next week. Linda and Doug.
All right, thanks.